Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. So earlier today, I had a student who sent me a really rash email, making some complaints that really didn't really have much of an answer. And what was really nice was that it was an email. I got to sit on it and do other things and just go out for a walk and let nature give me a resolution to that. And I was able to send a very beautiful response to that. And it makes me curse the whole idea of returning to the office. I talked about this yesterday with a more personal situation. It I'm just way too reactive. I hear something that I don't like. To give you an idea of how reactive I am, uh, I, I was at a restaurant and I have to ask questions about food allergens, right? And sometimes I'm in the middle of explaining something and the waiter barks out something that I know is already off track. And in an ideal world, if it were an email, I'd probably let him finish his thoughts. Oh, that's not going to work for you. Thank you for your thoughtfulness. That's not exactly what I was meaning. But in a face-to-face, I really despise when the conversation has already gone off the rails and I still have to continue it. By going off the rails, I mean not relevant to what I'm trying to do in the first place, right? So, for example, I am negotiating with a coin dealer. I'm buying some coins. And the coin dealer has gone off the tracks of talking about a coin that I would never dream of buying. And I still have to finish that discussion. In an email, that would be fine with me, right? I would just let him finish it. But in real life, I actually have to take my precious time to listen to that. And that's a big problem. Had the student come to my office today to complain about this, I don't think I would have let him get two words out of his mouth, and it would just be a shouting match, right? And where this gets really problematic is sometimes I talk to somebody else who also behaves like that, and they can't resist interrupting conversations. Now, there are two reasons why I strongly dislike when people talk over one another. First of all, people are talking over one another, right? Second of all, you really have to be careful how you arrange your stories or conversations when you talk to somebody like that. Because if you're meaning to say ABC, you might only say AB, or you might only say A, right? And depending on how the words are arranged and how the entire conversation is arranged, that could be a big problem in terms of the flow and the understanding of what you're saying. You certainly can't use sarcasm with people who behave like that, right? And I end up spending a lot of energy. And also, if you're always heightened about when your stories are going to be cut off, it really impedes on your ability to discuss or negotiate with any of these idiots, right? My mom is kind of like that. I cannot think straight when I'm with. Sometimes I remember one time after I had finished talking to my mom in a very unpleasant situation. I remember what happened. My mom wanted me to go to the basement to clean up something. I used to live in the basement. I was away at school. I had come back. I wasn't mentally ready yet because every time I go to the basement, I worry that some of my personal things have disappeared. I wanted to be in a good mood before doing that. And in a rash way to try to tell my mom that, I said, not now, it's going to bring back too many bad memories. And my mom misconstrued that. It was only after we had argued that I sit down and write. I typed out what I was thinking and showed it to my mom. That was the only way I could communicate with her. Otherwise, the story could never be straight, right? Anyways, just some thoughts about the return to office mandates and all that. Not everybody's going to feel the same way I feel, obviously, but it's one reason why you're missing a lot of talent by forcing everybody to go to the office.